Yeah, yeah, Brooklyn. It's the WGIS, nothing less, giving it straight to your chest. Know what? No chaser. What's the name? It's the WGIS, nothing less, giving it straight to your chest. No chaser.
Welcome. What's good, y'all? It's another edition of the Rundown. It's your boy, the Drum Major, with the chef.
Yes, sir.
What's good, man?
I'm good, baby. I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm disappearing off the mic. I'm good, man. What's good with
Acting
you?
like a phantom out here, acting like a phantom. You know what I'm
Listen, I
saying?
try to.
Disappearing in the backdrop, even the
Yes,
virtual
sir.
backdrop that we got.
Yes, sir.
If people,
Yes,
if people,
sir.
if people ain't know, they know now. We got virtual backdrops.
I know, right? I messed it up for us,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying?
I
Yes,
messed it up. I
I'm
messed
sure.
it
I'm
up.
sure people been know though. But the virtual backdrop is fire though. Can't
Oh,
deny
it is fire,
it.
man.
Yes, come
Listen,
on, man. Come
I
on,
feel
man.
like I'm laying down on
Come
a
on, man.
curtain.
The backdrop is fire. Shout out to
Facts,
Graph Inks.
no doubt. Fabric shit,
You
forever,
understand?
forever, baby, forever.
You understand me? Shout out to Graph Inks. You know.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
man. Yeah, man. But we got a lot to talk about, man. You know, we're gonna recap a couple of tournaments.
Oh,
Tournament
it's winding
rounds.
down, man. March Madness is
It's
winding down.
winding down. It's winding down. We are here. We are here at the Final Four,
Yes, sir.
men's and women's Final Four.
I
You know
think
what I mean?
it was inevitable. It was a little bit predictable as well.
A little bit. Yes. Definitely predictable. All on the men's Final Four, all four number one ranked teams. All
Yes, sir.
four: Florida,
Yep.
Houston, Duke, and Auburn.
I don't
All
think we've.
ranked number one.
It's been a minute since we've had that, hasn't it?
It has. It has. No Cinderellas this year.
No, no, no. I mean, I did go with you, Ja, and pick St. John's
Yeah,
as a Cinderella in my head. I was like, okay, I like them, but
yeah.
I didn't pick them going this far though. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought St. John's would at least reach Elite Eight at least.
They
But
had a
then,
chance.
yeah, yeah.
They had a good chance. I don't know.
If Patino didn't sit down R.J. Luis,
Listen, and it's funny because right after our show last week, we talked
yeah,
about, that's a dangerous move, and
yeah,
for Patino to be a class act, you might lose players doing that.
yes, sir.
And 2 days later, look what happened.
We just spoke about that.
Yes,
Just spoke
sir.
about that.
Just spoke about it. So it's like,
You know what I mean?
a week later, I mean, 2 days later,
Two
this
days
dude
later.
jumped shit.
You know what I'm saying? Kid, yeah.
How, listen, WGI Sports, tune in. We give y'all the truth.
We be prophesizing out here, man.
No doubt.
Real talk.
Straight with no chaser.
Be
Straight with no
prophesizing
chaser.
out here, man.
I don't know why
It's
people
like we're
playing with us.
clairvoyant out this month.
I don't know why people playing with us.
You
Listen,
know
we
what I'm
don't
saying?
get it.
You know what I
We
mean?
don't. We're not predicting to get it right every time, but
You understand?
we know what we're talking about.
You know, it's like we mediums out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well,
Yes,
listen, shout out to our
sir.
sponsors, Graphics,
No
Fat
doubt.
Boy Coffee,
Yep.
Sugar Water Radio, Sugar Water TV, Music Real
Yep.
Estate, and definitely Inspire Motivational Teas. Shout out to all of them. You know what it is. You've seen our
Yep.
shows. Tap in, check them out, support, all of that. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
Sugar Water Radio got it popping right now, man.
Yeah, what they got going on?
They got that, Sugar Water Radio, Real Estate,
Yes,
Music
that's
Real
right,
Estate,
for sure.
and what's that thing when they do the rap contest and stuff where you vote?
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And not
So
to mention new artists.
new artists,
Yeah, they got new artists. You know what I'm saying?
and then they got news, like a
Yeah,
lot of news popping right there.
yeah. Tapping into the current events and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So and then, finally they're doing their rendition of the sports.
Shout out to Sugar Water Sports,
Yeah. So
SWS, you know what I mean?
listen, there's too much money to go around for us to feel any kind of way. Don't
Listen,
don't don't
listen,
don't 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 even try to play us. We family here.
listen. The pie is big. All of us can get a slice. You heard me.
Exactly.
The
Everybody eating.
pie is super big. You dig?
And then, and shout out to Franchise over there. He's like, yo, listen, starting a sports blog and show. So just wanted to give y'all a heads up. That's respect.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Listen, it's
Ain't nothing.
respect. It ain't nothing. It don't, we
Exactly.
good. We good
Ain't nothing
here.
to it.
We
Ain't nothing
good
to
here.
it, man. So yeah, it's all definitely all good. Shout out to them. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Oh,
And,
right on time.
right on time. Speaking of sportscast, speaking of sportscasting, my
What's going
guy,
on? What's
my
going on, John?
guy.
Right on time.
What's
What's up,
good,
man?
family?
I'm good, man. How's everything?
Everything's good, man. Good to see you, man. This is my
Good to
partner, my
see.
podcast partner, the chef, Vlad.
That's good.
What's going on, man? How's everything, man?
Yeah, I
Everything
can't
good,
call it.
man. Everything good. I gotta give it a proper introduction, man. This
Oh,
brother here,
let's
we've
go.
known each other for a short period of time, but we vibe real quick. You know what I mean? Good dude. He got his own sportscast too, called Straight from the Block. Plug that real quick, fam. Go ahead.
Yeah,
About it.
man. Listen, straight from the block on all platforms: YouTube, Facebook, IG, TikTok. We everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing that for a little minute. Slow
Yes,
motion
sir.
right now, but it's picking up. This is college basketball.
Yeah.
The free agency is crazy. NBA
Right.
playoffs around the corner. It's
Yep.
on and popping right now. It's on and popping.
Facts. Facts. Big facts. Big
Heavy.
facts.
Heavy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, your guy needs to take that hat off though. It's ugly. Oh my God, it is disgusting.
Man, did you not see what Pete Alonso did 2 nights in a row? We out here laying out bombs.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I gotta show the Yankee hate real quick, just because they got Soto. I gotta show a little bit of hate.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Gotta
I
show a
get
little
it.
bit of hate. It's all New York,
Word.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
I'm just
Juan,
rocking with the orange and blue skies, baby.
yo,
okay, all right.
yeah, Juan Soto went cross town.
Yeah,
Oh,
man, did us dirty, did us dirty.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
that I didn't expect. So,
Done took the 4 to Grand Central, transferred over the shuttle.
got on the 7. Got on the 7.
He got on that 7, you know what I mean?
Listen, man. I he must have loved New York. They wowed him, I heard.
Yeah,
Made it comfortable for his family.
yeah.
My only thing is, and I tend to get caught up in this when it comes to sports and contracts and et cetera, so forth and so on.
Right. Yeah.
Is what is it really about? And if it's just about money, I can't rock with a player. At some point in time, like even Harden came out and said that he felt like he wasted time trying to, and money,
Yeah.
trying to get a chip. But if you're not trying to get a chip, then you in it for the wrong reasons anyway.
Right.
Real talk. Yeah.
So you don't go from a team that was just in the World Series to the crosstown rivals who wasn't there. I think that's just weird. But it's the perks made it make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure enough did.
Sure enough did.
Man.
Don't
So,
make it right though, but yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, when you after the money, it is what it is. Like that's like if I got a show and y'all got a show and somebody's offering more money, you just go where the bread is at.
Go where the money's at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Facts.
it's funny, we were just talking about that because I just say, yo, the pie is mad big
It
for
is.
everybody to get a slice, B. The
No
pie
doubt.
is mad big. You know what I mean?
No
Yeah.
doubt.
It's just a matter, get your slice, get your nice piece of the pie. You know what I mean? and she
Yep, yep.
lived. You know, for
I'm
sure,
loving
for
that
sure.
background. I'm digging it.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
That's
I'm
the
thank you,
digging
show.
it.
thank
Straight
you,
from the
I'm
thank
block.
you,
digging it.
Yeah.
That's
thank
some
you.
old Spike Lee type joint.
Yeah,
I like that.
I got a couple of them, but this is the one that's the big letters, so I'm going with that real quick.
Yeah. I
Nah.
dig the
Listen,
graphics,
plug
man.
your show, baby. Plug your
Yeah,
show.
I dig the graphics, man. I dig the graphics. Dap,
Thank you, thank
we're
you.
gonna recap. We're gonna recap before we get to the nitty-gritty, the main topic of the show. We're gonna recap real quick. College basketball. We kind of been watching the ladies a little bit more than the fellas. We ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying?
The
But
ladies right now is more exciting. Ladies more exciting. I understand.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Because right now in the Final Four of the ladies, we got Texas versus SC. Dawn's crew, UConn versus UCLA. Two heavyweight bouts. Um, shout out to Miss Haley Van Lith, who got eliminated in the elite eight. Lost to Texas.
Right.
But Haley Van Lith was she was a force to reckon with. She done got through the portal a couple of times. She's finally calling it a college career. She will enter the draft as well as Paige.
She says she's gonna enter. That's cool. That's what's up.
Yeah. So yeah, last info I heard, she's gonna enter along with Paige. Paige, who was a walking bucket, scored 103 points
Yo, this draft is gonna be
last three
deep.
games. You know what I mean?
This draft is gonna be deep.
Yeah. The draft is
I'm
No,
gonna be
really
I
excited.
actually don't think it is. I don't think this unless somebody comes out that we don't expect.
right.
We discussed on our show whether or not after the injury should Juju just come out, and I said I don't think so. I think she wants to put the a national title on her belt before she go pro, because
Yeah, I
she's not
agree.
in no rush,
Yeah,
and she would have gave USC would have gave them the entire tournament a run for their money with Juju playing.
We talked
facts.
about that last show.
Yeah, listen, what that was.
On Page.
Yeah, that was the
That
game.
was the meetup. It was
That
supposed
was
to
the
be Paige
meetup.
versus Juju. Yep,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they was on the, and you see they was on that collision course too.
Yeah.
It was on that
yep,
collision course. You know what I mean? So
yep.
everybody.
And
Mhm.
as you see on the clips on my page, it's all Jaden Daniels' mom's fault. She put
Job, we
bad juju on Juju. She put
Right.
bad juju
Job,
on
did I
Juju.
say that last week? I was like, what was that about?
Right. She just sat in between them. What's going on, Ma? Like, Ma, you gotta
That's
relax.
Yeah,
She's just talking.
you
relax,
You gotta
gotta
relax.
relax.
you gotta relax.
You
Listen,
know what I'm saying?
I said she's a walking paycheck by herself. She got bread.
Exactly. Juju got her own bread.
She
She
got
got
her
her own
own bread.
coin.
Listen, this ain't that. This ain't that.
Yeah, this is new times. Juju got her own coin. I mean, she's already a superstar, and she's only in her sophomore year at USC. She's been a superstar from when she was doing slam tournaments in back in high school. You know what I
Facts.
mean? Tournament sponsored by Slam. And
That's just mom. That's not
so
knowing though.
Juju been a star in the making for a very long time.
Mom
Um,
gotta educate.
yeah, exactly. So, Jaden's mom's, she can calm that down a little bit. Let them have that little conversation, you know what I'm saying? See where it go.
Listen, no,
Word.
it makes sense if this was some thirst trap IG model. This is
Facts.
Right.
Juju Watkins, okay?
Exactly. Exactly.
Like Crip Bayless said on the show, be
Yeah.
wildin'. You don't understand what type of babies Jaden and Juju can make. They'd be
Woo.
have the
Listen,
super athlete.
Facts. Facts,
this
man.
yeah, this is if you're an overprotective mother, this is one of them instances you gotta make an
You
exception.
gotta let it go.
You
You
gotta
gotta
make
let
You
an
it.
gotta let it
exception.
go.
That's a
You're not even
potential
letting him meet the right one, and the right one's sitting right next to him,
right
smiling
next to
like
him having
what?
a conversation, smiling.
2-parent household.
You
She been
understand me?
raised right. Like what?
And
It's
she's already a superstar. She's more of a superstar than Jada, truth be told. Let's keep it a bean. To really keep it a bean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Juju
Jaden really
Juju
came
got
into
more
his
star
own.
Juju got more star power than Jaden. Let's keep it a bean.
she ain't got more bread, but I think she got the star power. I
Yeah.
agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. Facts.
Absolutely. But
Facts.
definitely miss her terribly, man. Feel
Yeah,
bad for the kid.
speedy recovery for
Yes,
Juju.
definitely speedy recovery. I agree with you, Dap. I think she should I think she should come back
I agree too. Yeah, she
Yeah, I
should
think she
come
should
back.
come back and
Look,
you know,
Paige Beckler
Paige.
did it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, Paige did the same thing.
2 years
Paige
in
did
a
the same
row.
thing. She had a I've been following Paige since she was a freshman. Vlad been following her since high school. I remember her second year. She same thing.
Same
ACL.
thing.
And she came back strong and she's
Stronger.
she's giving people buckets.
What?
Buckets.
The midi
You know what I'm
game.
saying? The midi is crazy. Them threes is coming in more flush too. But
Oh,
you know,
shine
her
bright
step,
like a diamond.
yeah, but her step back
They
midi
saying
game
her
is
and Rakia
crazy.
Jackson gonna look good in the Sparks.
Say again?
Her and Rakia Jackson's gonna look good on the Sparks.
Oh,
Oh,
you
please.
think the
Yeah, they
slugs
said
will.
they gonna draft her. That's where
Oh
she possibly may
gosh.
go.
Also, she's
No,
gonna be
not
playing with
this.
Cameron too.
Yep.
Yikes. Nah, yikes. Well, you know what? That's for the Las Vegas team to deal with.
Oh, that's
That's for the
unfair.
Vegas team to deal with.
That's
But
unfair. That's
they keep
unfair.
getting the cheat code. They keep getting superstar after superstar over there.
That's
Yeah,
unfair.
And you see
it
Ooh.
what
is.
Chelsea and them did in the damn Unrivaled.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah, oh
man.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Salute to that.
it's
Salute to
crazy.
that
It's
league.
crazy. But
Yeah,
Vlad, just
that 101 tournament was what was the peak of that whole situation.
yeah,
Loved it.
that was a good idea too that they created. Unrivaled.
Yeah.
That was nice. That was
Listen.
nice.
If you going, if it was ever a time to lift up women's sports, basketball, nonetheless, this was it.
Well, Unrivaled did it.
Yeah.
Unrivaled was a hit.
No, I think it was a hit, but
Yeah,
I think they're gonna ruin their chances at a good opportunity if they strike. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll leave it at that.
100%. 100. That it would be in their best interest not to strike.
Right.
Best interest.
It would
You're
Yeah.
be
just building up.
right.
Rival had their first year.
Yeah,
I mean, we would probably watch if they lock out. They will have to create more teams. They'll probably just go to Unrival, make some bread,
yep,
whatever.
yep,
We will watch 3-on-3, full court, whatever. You know what I mean? We will
yeah.
watch that. But
That's
the
right.
WNBA as a whole cannot fail just because y'all getting a little greedy at the really one big successful season.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Which
I agree.
which still put you in the red 40 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's still in the red 40 million. And a lot of these players gotta understand because we was talking about that too, because Angel Reese came out and talked about we need to be paid more, and if we don't, we should strike. And I was saying, Angel, you gotta relax. You gotta relax. You gotta relax. You gotta relax.
Yeah. Fall back on that
Yeah,
comment.
you gotta relax, man.
Pump them
Hold
brakes.
on.
Pump the brakes,
Yeah,
pump
yeah,
them,
yeah.
Pump the
pump up,
brakes.
pump up, pump up, pump up,
You
pump
know what
up,
I'm saying?
pump up.
Business 101. Before you was even born, the NBA was subsidizing the WNBA for almost 30 years now. Year
Facts.
29 to be exact. This year was your best year and you still 40 mil in the hole. How do you expect to get a raise?
Yeah.
How? You
Yeah.
understand?
Projections. It because of the TV deal and projections. It's the only thing that would make them think
Right.
that they should get a raise.
Yeah, but you already know, not from not off a WNBA salary. Get live on your NIE deals and shoe deals.
Yeah.
Pump up your brand, be the star that you're projected to be, and get your shoe deals alongside with your NIL checks, with your shoe deals. That's where you're making your bread. But don't talk
Facts.
about WNBA need to pay us more because they can't.
Yeah, they can't.
Bottom line.
Yeah. But because of that, because of their bottom line.
Right. Right.
Because of
They're
their
not
bottom
trying.
line.
The problem is they ain't trying to hear that. That's the
Nah,
problem.
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
nah. But and then
And
on top of that,
mind you, got a 1-year pro coming out saying we ready to lock out. Why? First of all, why are you the spokesperson? Shut
yeah,
your mouth. Shut your little $70-something a year up, right?
Right.
That
Right.
should be coming from the Breonna Stewarts, the Aja Wilsons, the superstars of the league that makes the
Yeah.
most money. They're
That's
the
right.
ones that, and I get it. You and Caitlin came in and y'all put people in the seats,
Yeah.
but relax.
yeah,
Yeah. For
Just
yeah,
be
sure.
easy.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Got
was
to.
just about to say that. Yep.
Got to. But Vlad,
Yeah.
just want to take a few rounds back, man. I know your girl Hannah, Hannah Hildago.
No, Notre Dame.
Hannah Hildago. She kind of choked, man.
Well,
If you saw the TCU Notre Dame game, this was back in the Sweet 16. Your girl Hannah choked, man. It was like a lid on the basket, bro.
I know, I know. I
And
saw
I
it,
was
man.
like, man,
I saw it. I was like, yo, come on. After I gave you that compliment,
yeah. I
really?
said, I
This is
know
what you
Chef is
doing?
sick right now. I know Chef
Oh,
is sick right now.
this is what we doing?
Yeah, yeah. And Olivia, yeah, Hannah and Olivia, they didn't do much. That backcourt, that's a very formidable backcourt, but they didn't do much.
You would think they had no experience.
Yeah.
They came out and laid a rotten egg.
Yeah, it was a bad night for Hannah, dogs.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was a
man.
bad night for Hannah.
It is what
You
it
know what
is.
I
It is what it is.
mean?
Say even a broken clock is right twice a day. I was wrong, so
Right.
I can live with that. I can live with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So, but then, the UConn USC game, um, Kiki, which was interesting, the Elite Eight game when UConn played against USC. Kiki came off that monster game dropping 36 points, and she was quiet, man. She started out strong, but Gino Arema, he knows how to coach, man.
Listen, that's the
He
winningest
figures it out.
program in college women's sports right now. We discussed that last week, Ja. A
This
hundred
is
and
their
what games?
yeah, this is their 24th Final Four appearance.
Oh, Ja. Listen,
24.
that's why I say the crash course. The next crash course is South Carolina versus UConn.
I'm thinking that's gonna happen.
That's what has to happen.
It has
Yeah.
to.
This is what
If you
has
want,
to happen.
if you want
Dawn and Gino. Dawn and Gino.
that's ratings. That's ratings, Ja. We're
Of
talking
course.
now. We're talking this.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Nobody's going to pull, no other team right now, UCLA or Texas, is going to pull the ratings that USC versus UConn. That's a rematch.
Yeah. It gotta be Dawn and Gino.
It has to be. It has to be. It's a rematch. And Paige got to give USC buckets.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, USC got weapons, though. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Definitely.
You say
Listen.
USC.
That's what they
Oh, you
call
mean
them
South
down here.
Carolina? No, South
Yeah,
Carolina.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the other thing that can confuse the hell out of people, man.
yeah, I know, I
Because
know.
South Carolina is USC also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it is there's a clause out there that says Southern California is the original and
Oh,
South
really?
Carolina can't use it. But we
That's what
digress.
there's some people call them SC, right?
Right, yeah.
I've heard some people
There's a
call
little
them
beef
SC.
going on. There's a little beef going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a
Okay.
little beef, Ja. There's a little beef.
But
So
yeah, but Dap, what's been your overall thoughts of the March Madness with for 2025, man? Was it
I think
exciting for
I
you?
think I think Mark I think Michigan State gave us some good a good run.
Yeah,
I like what was going on with Houston.
yeah.
Um Obviously the women's has been exciting. I'm not sure what's
So,
going to happen out of this Auburn, Florida, Duke, Houston situation. It's going to be
hmm
this Cooper Flag and them over in Duke is doing their thing. I'm not sure what's
regular.
going to happen. And that to me, that's the biggest game, Duke Houston in the men's.
Yeah,
Um, I think the women's is going to be. We expect UConn and South Carolina
yeah.
to beat their opponents and meet each other in the title game.
That's right.
But I think it's been a pretty good uh, tournament for both.
hmm
I think it's
hmm
been pretty exciting for both. I think it would have been more exciting if Juju didn't get hurt, obviously.
Yeah,
And the women's, how can I say this? I think women's college basketball right now is better than men's college basketball. I think every year we find more gems of women, talented women playing ball. I think even the Van Lift situation,
Yeah.
um, we it just to me it just seems a little more exciting. I like that there are a lot of ex NBA players, kids who's in these tournaments, who's
Hmm.
bringing attention. Obviously, St. John's and certain other teams that got knocked out early took
Hmm.
away from the excitement for the men's
Yeah.
because it's no joke. It's not easy. It's not easy
It's not.
at all.
It's not.
Um, but for the last couple of years, if I'm just being honest,
Yeah.
the women's tournament's been the thing to watch for me.
No, I agree with you.
And I love where I love where both are right now,
Yeah.
especially that but you see, I forget which there's a team. Oh man, there's a team that like 12 players entered the portal after they lost the transfer portal
On the
in the
women's
men
side?
in
On
the
the men's
no
side?
no no in the men's
Oh yeah, I
it
heard
was
about that. I heard
the men's
about.
tournament.
Shoot, it just dropped this week.
It
It
just dropped.
just dropped
Yeah,
this week.
yes,
I can't
just
remember what
dropped.
team. Dang it!
I
It
forget
was
the
right
team
after the
right now.
tournament ended.
Yeah, it what they didn't even wait. They lost. All these dudes jumped into the portal. So the portal thing is also making college sports very interesting.
Yes.
Um,
That's right.
because they're loving their team, and then they're seeing what other teams are doing, and they like, man, I could rock out better over here.
Over
They're
there.
getting an
Right.
opportunity to get out of Dodge.
Right.
Um, I think a team like the Michigan State, because they were playing like 11 players.
Yeah.
Izzo had it was Izzo, I believe. Izzo had
Yeah,
like
Tom
11.
Izzo, yeah.
Yeah. So um, I think some of them enter the portal. It just makes for more interesting basketball, to be honest with you. But
Hmm.
it's been a great year. I will say that it's been a great year all around.
Well, I mean, as I told Ja, tell me what you think. Um, College sports altogether is the new minor leagues for basketball and baseball.
It
Um,
is.
the reason why I say that is because it's a business deal now. You know what I'm saying? As far as going to school, it's no longer being a student athlete. Because you're not, you're never in, you're in class in the fall, and after that, you're done. You know what I'm saying? You're basically getting tutored from here on out.
Hmm.
Unless you plan on staying there, you sign a 4-year deal. Who's doing that anymore? You know what I mean? So these kids, and remember I said Rick Pitino, if this is your first year back in the tournament, bringing St. John's back in the tournament, you got to be careful and gear up for next year. And you can't do nothing crazy. And he did. He benched, his number one star, and he bounced because of it. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
so something didn't agree there, right? So they didn't have that talk before the benching, nor did he consult him afterwards because he bounced immediately.
Right.
So these coaches, their methods are old, you know what I mean? And you said it best, John, that it takes our generation to coach these kids today because we understand it, we get it. We understood that they should have been paid a long time ago. If it wasn't for the Ed O'Bannon and Charles O'Bannon, if it wasn't
Hmm.
for them, we wouldn't be here now discussing that these kids will probably do one and done, still doing one and done.
You're
But
doing one
these
and
kids are
done. Yeah.
staying longer because they're
Right.
getting paid. And
That's
then
right.
they're also sharpening their skills.
That's right.
So kids coming out of high school is going to have an even tougher time now making these teams. So they're going to redshirt their first year.
Yep.
So there's all types of calamity going on between college sports and high school sports. You got to be a phenom, and even then, you're going to sit out your first year.
You gotta be
I
a
want to
four or
just
five star.
I just want to say that this, even though I agree with you at this being the new minor leagues, there's something to a very traditional way of doing things. There's something to that, right? There's a reason why Izzo, there's a lot of coaches that's been doing this for a long time that's still coaching college sports. I'm talking about from football to basketball and has had success. There's a reason for that. The problem that can and is already arising is that once these guys start getting paid, they are uh less, what's the word I'm looking for? But they're not going to be willing to listen as much as they were before.
Yeah, that's out the window.
They don't want to soak up the coaching because, coaching is all about buying in. And I think it's the reason why Dion has so much success in college football over at Colorado, and why he is going to be hesitant to go pro as a coach, because people are not going to listen as pros as they would as these young kids, as Warren Sapp would call them, the babies, right? Warren Sapp, I love these babies. They come and they asking me questions and this, that, and the third. They want to soak up information. The pros ain't gonna do it the same way. There'll be some people that do it, but they're getting paid millions of dollars, so they're not. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that some of the coaches in college football and basketball are already complaining about, that these kids are getting money, and so it's becoming a little more harder to coach them.
Yep.
Yeah, well, and that's to Vlad's point, that's all the more reason why guys from our generation should be coaching these kids, because culturally, us Gen Xers and millennials could relate more better to these Gen Z kids coming up, because
Relate how? Explain to me what do you mean by that? Explain how.
Well, culturally by saying that this is the generation coming behind us, number one, and number two, the guys that players that are our age, our generation, coach for, they're accustomed to that culture, because that 4 year buying into the program, buying into the schemes, buying into the culture. The guys that were our age that played college for those coaches, they didn't do NIL deals. They were one and done. A lot of them did 4 years to get to sharpen their skills and actually be mature, mentally mature, to go to the next step, like a Grant Hill, just to use one example, go into the league and and establish himself, his own identity, and be able to handle grown men at the next level. The difference is that the O'Bannon brothers, which is from our generation, they fought for image and likeness, for college players to be compensated for their images and likenesses, because they thought it was exploitation. I mean, you hear about college kids who barely have food in their fridge, barely have food in their dorm. And this is why, but yet when the boosters come and try to hem off a little money, because their talent, as talented they were, they struggling, it's a uproar, and they receive harsh consequences from the college programs for taking money from boosters, NIL deals, and getting compensated for the image and likeness eradicates that. So it's all legal now.
Yeah.
Because they're no longer being exploited. And this is the reason why kids that were kids from our age group were taking payouts from boosters and things, and getting helped out by boosters, a la Reggie Bush, or a la Chris Webber, behind that drama. You know what I'm saying? And NIL deals eradicates that. So if guys from our generation fought for that, and now it is what it is, I think guys from our generation have a better understanding of that. And we can relate more to these kids, because they're right up under us, coming up behind us.
And plus, these coaches. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I think these, could you imagine if Dean Smith was, God bless his soul, if he was still alive? I think a lot of players wouldn't want to play for Dean Smith because of the tutelage, right? So there's certain coaches that most players would want to play for, but then they'll quickly jump in the transfer portal once they get there, right? They are like, oh man, you know what? It's not what I cracked up to be. I think I could win a chip over here. So it's, I get your point where everybody wants to make a super team. There's not, I don't see no Fab Five or UNLV from our era, right? I don't see those. I don't see the super team like Duke with Bobby Hurley, Grant Hill, and those guys. But imagine you put NIL deals back then. Mike Krzyzewski, he probably make a killing. Duke would be the number one team, right? As far as everybody trying to get to, jump in the portal, get to Duke to play ball. Um, Teams like St. John's, Syracuse, Villanova probably wouldn't exist. Like wouldn't be top tier because everybody wouldn't want to really pay for them because you know why? They're not going to pay that top tier money. So it's all about the money. So, money kind of ruins the game in one aspect. But then the transfer portal, which is basically like um, a free agency pool where you jump in and you join any team you want. But you gotta, and I've also often said it, you gotta go to the school or the coach that fits your game. You can't end up in a school where your game is fast break, power move to the basket, this, that, and the third. And this coach is all about, nah, we're gonna pay a set five like Georgetown or something like that. That's not gonna work. So a player's gonna jump out. That's where those kind of coaches are gonna get phased out. And then you got coaches like what's the Clemson coach? I forgot his name. Anyway, that don't want to tamper with touch the transfer pool. And you got booster clubs saying, listen, if you don't touch it, you're gonna get fired. So it's a battle. It's a battle. That transfer portal is for some schools taboo. For coaches, it's taboo, and for some other schools, it's like you got to join it. If you don't jump in, you're gonna get fired.
I honestly think it's one of those catch-22 things.
It is.
I think the most important thing is, and I've you know I obviously we're all in the same age range. Um, I think tutelage and what you can learn is more important than what you could get paid. And at the end of the day, you're right. If Dean Smith was still alive, people would not. There's some players that wouldn't want to play for him, but there's still guys like Calipari and Patino, et cetera. So people that do want to play for these guys because they know how to motivate, they know how to get the best out of their plays, and they actually know what the hell they're doing. Bridging the gap sometimes is not enough. As Mark Jackson, Chris Mullen, Patrick Ewing. I can name some other players who've now gone to college. I think Hubert Davis, to coach. And that doesn't mean because they're of a younger age, they're going to be able to do the job, right? But they also might have been taught under the right tutelage where they can pass on the right message. Once again, that money is going to mess that up. It used to be, I'm going to go to a prestigious school, right? I'm going to go to North Carolina because I know I'm going to get drafted. I know I'm going to go to Kentucky because I'm going to get drafted because I'm going to learn how to play really well in this system with this coach. And it produces NBA stars. It's just, it is what it is. But now it's just going to be like, yo, where can I go? Where can I shine? And to be honest with you, the real issue is AAU. AAU is really the start of the issue with these kids. They're not really being coached. It's all about the money or the popularity and the shine that you can get. A lot of the fundamentals is not being taught. It's just a free for all, and then they want that in college, and which is why as soon as they get mad, they can enter a transfer portal and not learn from a situation to try to get better.
Agreed.
That's a fair point.
I agree. And that's where Calipari lost Kentucky because that's what all he was grabbing. When he was at Kentucky, that's all he grabbed was AAU players. One and done. He promised them, listen, I could get you into the league in 1 year.
That's what he was doing. Yeah, that's what he was
promised
doing.
that. He promised that.
that's what he was doing. He was doing that
He
for a
put
minute.
more players in the league than any other school within his tenure.
Yeah, he was doing that for a minute. He was
And
definitely doing
then,
that for a minute.
but then when you look at those players, like not too many of them is still at the top tier. You know what I'm saying? Like Maxi's top tier, right? Anthony Davis gets hurt every year. Um, what's his
Zion,
name?
well,
Zion. Oh
Zion,
God.
Zion. Yeah.
Zion.
no,
Hurt
Zion's
every
Duke. I'm sorry, he wasn't Kentucky. Zion was
Nah,
Duke.
but what was Maxi's backmate that went to the Knicks, and now he's playing that
IQ.
IQ.
IQ. Yeah.
Another one, you know what I mean? I mean, he's doing good, but could he have done better? You know what I'm saying? So it's players like there's a ton of players that came out of Kentucky that that was one and done, and he put a lot of. I mean, granted to his report, he put a lot of players in the league with his style of play. But it just you can't sustain that type of energy.
Mm. Yeah, and you definitely make a valid point, that because Hubert Davis is definitely a prime example. Hubert Davis is in our generation, and we was just talking about North Carolina, how they underperformed.
Yeah,
North Carolina used to be a top tier team. Yeah,
right.
when Dean Smith retired and passed the baton to Roy Williams, Roy Williams maintained the
He
standard.
did. Yes.
And then when Roy Williams retired, he gave it to Hubert, who is a Tar Heel, who won a couple of chips as a Tar Heel. You thought he's the right candidate of the job, but yeah, the Tar Heels underperformed to the point where it was controversy where they shouldn't have even entered the tournament.
Yeah.
There was people
Yeah,
disputing that.
there was huge
Yeah.
controversy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but my thing with UNC, I think, is not it's not so much Hubert Davis, right? I think it's his recruiting. I don't think he's recruiting the style of players that fit his system. And what is his system? I haven't really seen it yet. Meaning, I haven't really sat down and watched UNC play that much to see, oh, okay, I see what his system. Oh, I could see where this style of player could fit his system. I don't know about that. I don't know if he's using the transfer portal. But all I know is that he's not getting the right plays in his system to maximize UNC's potential.
What is so? Let me ask you something, Black. What is what do you think would be the reason? Uh, let's say Cayenne, even though he's already committed to Syracuse, but let's say Cayenne was being recruited by UNC. Why? Give me a reason. If I'm Cayenne Anthony, why I go to North Carolina?
I can give you one.
Can't.
I,
No,
I couldn't
okay.
Exactly.
give you
So
one.
now, and I got Hubert Davis, who's an alumni, a younger coach. It's not the like Dean Smith, like we said before earlier, right?
Right.
Um, but right now they not hot. That they not what's popping. So the thing is, Hubert Davis, for all we know, his recruiting is all he could get. Like for all we know, everybody that they trying to get, they can't get. So they
Mm-hmm.
dealing with what they got.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a
Mm-hmm.
problem for
They getting
boosters.
scraps.
Yeah, listen, that's a prestigious college in the ACC. So you got to be able to do two things at one time. When you're not coaching, you should be out recruiting. You should be on the recruiting trail.
I agree. I don't know if he's the guy to recruit though. That's the
No,
problem.
he's not. He's not. I don't see it. Listen, anytime a guy could get up in a press conference and thank his wife.
Oh, here we go.
You think his wife for what?
No, Vlad would never get over this. Go ahead, Vlad.
Yo, he said, what was it? He said, I want to quote him right. He said something about his wife being white, and he's thankful for that. Right? Right?
What?
Am I right? Am I right, John?
Yeah, it's kind of a misquote. Hubert
Oh, I can't
Hubert
remember his
Hubert
quote.
Hubert well when Hubert first got hired, he had a press conference. And yeah, he thanked his wife, and he alluded to the fact that there's no he's not ashamed that he kind of alluded to the fact that he's not ashamed that she's white and they're in an interracial marriage, whatever the case may be, as if that had anything to do
Nothing to do with
with
what.
that just came out of left. That just
Like,
came out of left. I
yeah.
don't know why.
Immediately, I don't want my child playing for that program.
And there you have
Immediately,
it. There you have it.
Yeah,
immediately,
I was like, yo,
Yeah.
get him
Hugh,
out of there.
Hugh, really? You played
yeah,
under Pat Riley. You played under Dean Smith. You
right.
played with the likes of what's his name? Oh my gosh, I just had his name.
Y'all
Not
better
Je-
go get Antoine Jameson to coach or something.
Jeff McGinnis or somebody. Somebody,
Somebody,
but not him. He's just not
somebody,
gully
somebody a
enough.
little more blacker.
Yeah. When when you do that, I think that man, he didn't have to do that in the press conference. That just
Yeah,
set a wrong precedent.
yeah. That was very interesting how that came out of nowhere.
That
He
had
just
nothing to do with
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. He just
Nobody
threw
cares who you married to,
right,
bro.
right,
I
right,
don't care if she was Asian.
right. Very,
I mean, it's very obvious that she's not black, so who cares?
right.
What all UNC cares is, can you get the job? Can you bring us a chip in 2 years, or
Yeah.
the length of your contract? Can you guarantee us one chip?
hmm
Listen,
So far, he's underperforming.
all right. Listen, Kentucky got
And it's because of
Tubby
his
Smith
white
up out
wife.
of there. Yeah, well, there you go. Listen, Kentucky got Tubby Smith up out of there. Remember, he was underperforming.
hmm
It's like, listen, Tub, we like you. Kentucky loves you, but we feel Calipari could do a better job. Got him
Yeah,
up out of there.
yeah, yeah. But
So
then,
Hubert Davis, I don't think will last the season.
well, that was this was year 2, right?
Yeah,
This is
well,
year
I don't
2.
know how long his
Yeah, I
contract
think
is.
this was year 2. So we'll see what happens. And
If you don't recruit and use the portal properly, he's out of there.
yeah, and I also have to acknowledge another point with Dap about coaching coaches from my generation. Um, Pat Ewing did a hard. Pat Ewing is my man, but he did a horrible job in G-Town. He did a horrible job.
Well, he's not a coach. That's his problem.
But the thing is, he was striving to be. I mean, God bless the brother. I mean, the man spent years on coaching staffs, being assistant coaches, being an assistant coach. I mean, he went from NBA team, trying to soak up the knowledge to be a coach. I mean, the man was doing the work, and for him to take the mantle, I thought, I had this, I thought, John, Big John to John Jr. to Big Pat. I mean,
Yeah,
Pat is Georgetown. I
he
was like,
is.
oh, Pat coming back to coach Georgetown. Pat, oh man,
Listen, year and a
Listen,
half, he was
listen.
done.
Lord,
He did everything he was supposed to do to
yeah,
be worthy of the position.
yeah, he did.
It's
The
like
man
Sam
did.
Cassell. Sam Cassell's probably the best assistant coach in NBA's history. The dude got 2 championships and been
Facts,
on everybody's coaching staff that's winning.
facts, facts.
Everybody. He's been all over the place and
Yeah,
never got a head coaching job.
I know. Yep, yep.
Sometimes you don't need it.
So
No,
yeah,
listen, I'm just pointing out that
hmm
you can have all the experience in the world and then get the position. Look at JJ Redick. He ain't got no experience. He looking good as a Laker coach,
Well, yeah,
but he
JJ,
also
yeah,
surrounded himself with a good coaching staff.
he did.
he did. That was one of the things. But JJ smart as hell though.
He is.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
know.
He'll
Yeah.
go toe to toe with Sass in a minute.
Who
Hey,
says?
He called
Stephen
Stephen
A.
A. Smith
Smith.
sass.
Oh, he called. Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't do that. Don't do that. Jeez Louise.
Yeah,
Called him sass?
yeah, he's real
that
sassy. He
that
real
that's his
sassy.
that's his initial. Well, that's his
Bruh,
initials.
bruh.
That-
That's what the women say. Don't you use that word. What's wrong with you? That's an abomination. That's diabolical. I can't believe he just said that.
Nah, but I
that's
just call him Sass though,
that.
because
Well,
that's
that's
his
his initials.
initials.
That's his initials.
I
So
know it's his
Yeah.
initials. I'm just
yeah,
saying
but
it don't sound right. It
but you
don't
know,
sound
but
right.
I'll drop it for this one. I'll drop it.
Vlad likes to throw the petty in, so because he knows
Oh,
that's his initials.
I see he's super petty. When he don't mess with you, he don't mess with you.
Nah,
Oh
Stephen A.
man.
Stephen A. I'll go back to that.
Oh man.
Man,
This-
this turned out to be the go-in topic. Listen, man,
yeah,
might have
yeah,
to
yeah,
pivot.
yeah. Let's get to it. Let's get to it, man. Let's
Let's
get to the meat and
pivot.
potatoes of the show, man. The
Let's
going topic.
pivot.
So listen, man. This seems to be a reoccurring thing happening, man. It all started out with Miss Brittany Renner, who linked up with a young man, PJ Washington, who's a forward for the Mavs. He was with OKC at the time. They linked up. She's about 8 years his senior. Had a baby for him, and the way she presented it, it was like a gotcha moment. Gotcha.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so now, and then it falls into Drea Michelle. We all know who Drea Michelle is. Drea Michelle linked up with Jalen Green. 20-year difference. She has a son the same age as Jalen Green. Linked up. Got a baby. She's collecting. And here we are with Ant-Man. Now,
Diabolical.
Ant-Man had a wifey at home.
Yes.
You know, but Ant-Man went out, frolicked with this 38-year-old lady, Aisha something, I forget her last name.
Mind you, let me just put the disclaimer out.
Right.
Ant-Man, ain't nobody mad at you. Because that is a nice drink of water.
Nobody's mad.
Nobody's mad at you.
Nobody's
Because
mad.
you're 23 with
Listen,
no penis control. We
listen.
get it.
Nobody, listen. I'm not even mad at Jalen. I'm not mad at Jalen.
I'm mad at listen, I'm not mad at Jalen either. You smash. Just
Right.
don't splash. Just don't splash.
Right.
Smash. Just don't splash the water, bro.
That's the point, and that's the point of the topic tonight. Entrapment or irresponsibility?
Both.
I was just about to say that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's both.
Because
As a 23-year-old millionaire, okay. Let's go into dream world.
Yeah. Go ahead. Set it off.
All three of us are worth $15 million,
Right.
and we 23.
Yeah. Yep.
In a professional any league. He
Right.
could be with the Mets. You could be with. Listen,
Yeah.
we gonna come across some bad ass women
Yeah.
that we don't see on the block in our hood in the Bronx and Brooklyn and Queens and Harlem, and we see some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it ain't these things.
Right.
And
Right.
when we come across it, listen. Now, I wasn't. I'm obviously I followed the story, but when this girl went live to explain herself,
Yeah.
and she's a fucking dodo bird.
Yeah, she lost me.
Some people should just never talk. But
Right. She missed me with that.
That body, that face, and that voice telling you it's okay. Don't pull out. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm on the pill. It's okay. Don't worry. I'll go get the thing.
Right.
You because as soon as you touch the water, you're splashing the water. Nobody's pulling out of that. Right? But at 23 years old, I kind of expect that. I know a lot of reckless dudes at 23. I know reckless dudes in their 40s.
40s and 50s. Still reckless.
Still
Absolutely.
reckless.
Absolutely.
But at 23 with millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Man.
Here's what I want to know. This ain't her first baby, right? This is her fourth one.
Exactly.
Is it her fourth? I know she has a baby by little baby.
Yeah.
And I know now Aunt Edwards, she has two more outside of that?
Yeah, she admitted to that.
Are you talking about her, or are you thinking about the other? Are you thinking about the other young lady who had babies by Trayvon Diggs, and who was it? Trayvon Diggs. Um,
Bow Wow, Future,
thank you. Yeah,
Bow Wow,
right.
Future.
Trayvon Diggs. Are you thinking about her, Vlad, or this
I
lady
mean,
right
I promise you, I feel like she says she got three. She's got four kids total.
Because that sounds like what me and Dap are saying. That sounds like you're referencing the girl that had a baby by Trayvon, Bow Wow, Future, and
Yeah, this girl
yeah.
made it seem like she had an abortion for one child. She got
Hmm.
one baby daddy, which is little baby, and now this
Hmm.
baby by Aunt Edwards. That's from what I know. Now, maybe I might have missed something. It's possible, but that's what I know
Right.
of.
Well, if I stand corrected, I stand corrected. But at the end of the day, what are we doing? You already got another baby, right? Who's watching that baby?
Hmm.
Why are you getting smashed? Why why are you trolling? Like you're 38, 30 whatever, right? And living in Georgia, you literally seek this man out. You seeked him out, got
Hmm.
pregnant, and then went to California.
Here's why I brought up the topic, because there's a double standard here, because there's no accountability held for older women looking out for younger men who have high financial status, who are popular, who are athletic, and popping a baby on them, using their power, femininity, and seduction, saying, "Go ahead, daddy, keep it in." We've all fell for that. Hearing those words, let's keep it a being tonight. Hearing those words while inside Raw, you're not pulling out. Whether you're 19, 29, 49, or 59. You understand? That's the power of the seduction of femininity, the power of
The
women.
power of the
That's
PUSSY.
why she whispered those words in your ear. Keep it in. You're
But
not.
that's when you climax right there.
It's almost in a is it is in a you're almost in a trance. You're not almost. You're in a trance.
You know, you are. You are. It's coming
Yeah.
right then and there. The minute you
Right.
say it, we
Right.
Yeah,
know we can let go.
Right. Right.
that's
Right.
that's dangerous. That's very
Right.
It's
dangerous.
dangerous.
And
They
then
know, but
there,
they know the power of that.
they know they own the power of that. So understanding they know the power of that, why do we keep saying, well, you should have strapped up? Which is, yeah, you should have strapped up. But just like we say a person's frontal lobe cortex doesn't develop fully until the age of 25, we say that for the young women that older men prey on. We lambast, society lambasts older men that prey on young women 23 and under, or 20, yeah, literally 23 and under. We don't stand for that. We lambast that. We shame older men for doing that. We judge older men harshly for doing that. Call them groomers. Right. So where's the bone of content? So not that Ant shouldn't have strapped up, because if he'd have strapped up, he would have lost 100. He would have lost a milli. That poom poom cost him a milli.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, not once.
That poom poom cost him a milli.
Yeah, but not once though.
Although the move he did was smart though. Say, yo, you're gonna take
Salute
this
to the
whole
move
thing now.
too.
This is 18 years worth. You're gonna take it now. I want you asking me for nothing. You're gonna take this 18 years worth right now. You ain't coming for me every year. I told you I ain't want it. You know what I'm saying? You told her you ain't want it. She decided to keep it. But listen, here's the thing. Well, this is my perspective. This is what young men need to understand. This is what men need to understand. We hold the power until we release it.
Mm.
Once we release it, the power is no longer ours; it's theirs. And then the ball is in their court as to whether or not they want to expand the creation or not. What? Because once we release the power, we said yes. Do what you will with this. It's yours now. You understand? And this is what men need to understand. And so, what once men need to understand that, then we won't be in so much drama in doing soul ties with these women who are preying on these younger men. You understand what I'm saying? We got to be smarter than that, but we not. Why are we not? Because the power of the feminine is so powerful. And the fact we got and although Ann should have strapped out, we got to call it out on the other end. They know these men are under 25.
Yeah.
They're young men, they're athletic, their hormones are out of order, their hormones are crazy. The wind blows, their joint is stiff. You know what I'm saying? You a baddie, whether you 28, 38, 40, coming their way, they going to want it. It's lust. It's not love, it's lust. And they're going to want it. And you know they're going to want it. And you're more mentally mature, smarter, and savvy to get these young boys in bed with you and whisper in their ear, "It's okay, daddy. Keep it in." You know you are. You know you are. And that's the thing that's not being pointed out. You want to get at the men for preying on young women? We got to get at them as well. We got to get
Cougars.
at them. And I'll land there. Yeah, y'all have it. That's my pick. That's my take. Y'all
I'm
have it.
gonna make this
Go ahead.
short and sweet. I ain't gonna get into a whole soliloquy about this.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
simple. I think we need to teach our young men dick discipline. I think
Yeah.
that is important. But I think the bigger issue, because I think dick discipline is an issue,
Yes.
especially in our communities. This doesn't have to do with celebrities. In our community, dick discipline needs to be taught. But I feel like we're going down a very horrible path of no accountability for women, where it's very consistent that they can do no wrong no matter what choices they make. And that has to come to an end at some point in time. Or things are only going to get worse. Jaylen Brown, shout out to you because you got out of that situation with Bernice Burgos. He's the only one got away from that situation. I promise you, Ja, there's way more. We can if we did the research, there's way more of these dudes than the PJ Washingtons and et cetera, so forth. There's way more, bro, than the Diggs and this, that, and it's way more. And the problem is they're not looked upon as negative in any type of way. They don't even. There's not even any shame in it.
No.
Let me tell you the biggest takeaway I take from some of these situations. Money is supposed to be the root of all evil, but we condone everything that's being done for it. It's weird as fuck in this day and age. So you got grown women seeking young men who they know ain't gonna be able to say no to them just for the bag. And they're making a living like this. They're just going from do to do to do to do. Getting pregnant, creating broken homes intentionally. That's the issue I have. It's intentional. This man never promised you to be with you, marry you, start a life with you guys. Anybody got pregnant by Nick Cannon, stupid. Anybody that got pregnant by Future, stupid. These guys never promised you anything ideal and what's in the benefit of the child, but you did it anyway for selfish reasons. And we're okay with it. It's in abundance. If you Google celebrities with X amount of kids, it's rampant. It's rampant. And all they're doing is continue to make broken homes. and it has to come to an end at some point in time. And even though we need to learn discipline, access is being given to the people who are out here um, being predators to these young men, and it's a damn shame.
Listen, I agree with both of you gentlemen. I think there just needs to be a bill passed. And it's going to take, just like the Ed O'Bannon brothers to get that nil deal, it's going to take another athlete or a former athlete to pass that bill. And it's got to be within reason. Salute to the judge in California. Salute to him. He said, no, listen, not buying it. Kick it back to Georgia. You're not going to get a bag here.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
not going you're not going to get a bag on my dime here.
Right.
Salute to that judge, because he stood up and said, enough is enough. Stop it. And
Yeah.
New York is another place. And so what then you got to also wonder who stands to make money other than the judge too. Who else is making money off of that bag? Because that money get taxed. You know what I'm saying? That money's getting taxed. So there's a lot of cahootness going on here. You know what I'm saying? Colluding. So you gotta like you said, you gotta cut it out. But you gotta start from somewhere. And one day somebody's gonna do something that's gonna be out of pocket, and that's all she wrote. And that's where it's gonna all end. But it's just a modern day of prostitution.
Mm.
The oldest game in the world.
In the history of the
Oldest
world, in the history
profession,
of
yep.
Oldest
profession,
profession.
right?
Yeah, just a modern day of it. And then, but the thing is, you're involved in the innocent life now.
Yeah, that's right. Here's the crazy irony. Prime brought Britney to Prime brought Britney to his facility to talk to young boys about stuff like this. Brittany Renner, he brought her in to talk to the young boys on his team about the same thing that she allegedly did. Well, she argues vehemently that was a relationship. They loved each other, and a child came out of it. That wasn't a grab. So I'm gonna be careful and say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But interestingly enough, Prime brought Brittany Renner to his facility to talk to them boys about this exact type of situation. So that's interesting.
I don't care how much you talk to boys. We could set up a seminar, right?
Yeah.
Part of that seminar is going to be on how to manage your money, your finances, when you make it to the next level. That's a mandatory class that you have to take in order to enter the combine. We could do that. Next class is how to carry yourself, conduct yourself in public. Another mandatory for before you enter the combine. You say like stuff like, hey, getting into street fights and bars and stuff like that won't be condoned. That's a behavioral issue. You're making the league look bad. You know what I'm saying? You'll get fined for it. Lastly, sleeping with women that you don't know. There's no way to control that. You could say it, but these young boys are going to do what young boys do best. They're going to smash. So it's up to actually the moms now to step up and say, you know what, like Jalen mom stepping in between him and she probably thought she was a chicken head. She didn't probably know who Juju was.
So on our show, I said the same thing. Someone corrected me and had to let me know that Juju's mom is her manager of some sort, right? He's a manager. And as a manager, you know all the stars. This is your job. This is what you do. So unfortunately, we thought she didn't know, but she knew. But she's protecting him from the wrong people.
Right.
You protect them from this girl here that we talking about with Ant-Man. You don't protect them a woman who has her own bag.
Right.
She's not at the game looking to find an NFL star. She's at the
Exactly.
game to enjoy it.
Right.
Exactly. 100%. 100%.
100%. I agree.
Yeah, Jaden's moms need to protect them from IG girls.
Yes. Yes.
Not the likes of Juju.
No. No. And this is why I'm scared for my son. Like, well, to an extent. But I know his mom's got his back, and I know that she's standing 10 toes down on it. Because they're gonna come. They're gonna come. I know they're gonna come.
Oh, I already know mama ain't gonna play that.
Mm-mm.
I already know. You know what I'm saying?
So
I
my
think it's
job
but
as a
so
man
much you
is
could do. You hope like hell. You raise your children right. You explain to them what
That's
to
right.
look out for, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then you let them make their choices. If you can intervene a little bit and just
Yeah.
say, look, no, no, no. Once again, I don't agree with what Jane Daniels' moms did, but I understood what the premise was. It just wasn't the right time and place for that.
right.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah. I agree. I didn't think that was unnecessary. I don't think that was necessary either. Really
And
didn't.
then to do
But
it
since
in public on network
Yeah.
is too much. Because you're gonna get clowned at some point.
Mm-hmm.
well,
And
he
he's
don't
a
care. That's his mama. You could tell he was a little embarrassed, but it's his mom, so he respects it.
Yeah.
My only thing is this is what happens when he gets his first real good piece. He gonna do his mom's filthy, and she ain't gonna see it. She not gonna see it coming. She not gonna see it coming because we all know what good poo poo do to us. Good
Yeah.
poo poo is gonna
Absolutely.
ma
it's
Right.
kryptonite.
ma
Yeah.
shut up ma. You don't talk to me like that.
Right.
You never talk to me. Ma, she's doing some things that I
Right.
didn't even know
Right.
existed
But
out in this
Ma, I love
universe.
her. Ma, I love her. I love her, Ma. I love
With
her.
all my heart, mama. Mama.
I love her. She's nice. You get along with her. She's nice.
She's not the devil. She showed me a movie.
And next thing you know, you sitting there broke.
Bro.
Look, you know
I
what was
love her,
worth.
Mama. I love her.
I ain't coming back home.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
Oh,
call
I
me
can't
they call
afford that
me
house. You don't have to
sunshine.
sell it.
They call me
Yeah, yeah.
sunshine.
Sunshine. Woo, boy. Once Jaden get that, once Jaden get a sunshine, man, once Jaden get that sunshine,
He said,
boy,
"Ma, you're
It's
gonna have to sell
over.
that
It
house."
is
boy,
over. She ain't gonna recognize her own son.
boy, once Jaden get that sunshine, boy, I know we all been there.
Oh,
You
Jesus
understand?
Christ.
You
We've
know
all
what I'm
been there. Wait.
saying? And listen, and the other thing too, this is another thing that's not talked about. We always talk about how fathers, school the daughters on the type of men to avoid.
Right.
Mama school us too.
Facts.
How many?
Facts.
Didn't your mom tell you watch out for them fast ass girls? Didn't you get that
Yes.
speech? I
Yes.
won't be no grandmother.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we all got that speech.
Yes.
So yeah, it's so mamas do it too, to they baby boys.
I think the speech is a little different.
Watch out for them fast ass girls out there.
Oh, we're talking about the new millennium parents too, so it might be a little different.
Mm.
Might be a
No,
little different.
I'm just saying because this what the mother son relationship, how mothers raise their son, how mothers school their boys
Right.
on the type of girls that are out there. That's really talked about. It's always talked about how the father school their daughters on the type of men to avoid. But mamas be on their son's head. Like, yo,
Especially on the come
watch
up.
out for that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Watch out
Like,
for that one.
what do you think Carmelo Anthony's mom said to him or LeBron's mom?
Oh, I'm sure Lala is schooling Cayenne all day, every day.
You don't, yeah, yeah,
As well as Melo. But I know
right.
Lala on that boy head.
Every day.
I'm sure
Well,
Lala on that boy
I'm,
head.
I'm unsure. So this is the thing, right?
Go ahead.
that was a good example because Lala is older than Carmelo,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And I remember when they first got together, I
Mhm.
felt like we feel now about some of these other situations.
Mm.
She was a little more versed with the game and entertainment because she'd been in it a little bit.
Mhm.
And Melo was an up and coming baller.
Mhm.
The difference is that it seems like they actually got married and had a you know a deep relationship
Yeah.
where they was trying to raise Cayenne.
Mhm.
Well, what if at the end of the day it still was the intent of Lala to bag somebody that she could be taken care of for the rest of her life, and she just settled in with this dude. You follow what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How does she advise Cayenne? Now, I mean, Cayenne obviously is going to love his mother
Sure.
and take heed to some advice that she may have. But it's to me that's touch and go.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's touch and go. Like I don't know. I don't even have the
Mhm.
answer to that. But
Mhm.
y'all following my train of thought, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm
It's like how
following
do
you.
you advise your son to look out for
Walking
a
with you.
woman when in all reality, dad was the meal ticket for you too.
Mm.
I mean, she was making her own money. She had a career. I'm not saying she didn't.
Yeah.
Right, right.
You wasn't making millions of dollars doing anything.
No.
Nah, Carmelo was the one with the bag from day one.
Yeah, from day one, that Carmelo was the come up for you.
Mm.
So I think sometimes it's like one of you guys being a player most of your lives, got kids all over the place. You could try to
Mm.
advise your kid strap up and have discipline, but dad, you got
Mhm.
20 kids
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
and 12 baby moms.
Right.
It's gonna be hard for me to take some advice from you
Yeah.
on a certain level.
Oh, so that's
Yeah.
right.
The
That's right.
message is definitely gonna get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't even
Yeah.
want to hear it from you. You don't know what you're doing. You ain't
Yeah.
you might still be splashing the water at 55. Dad, I
Yeah.
don't know what's going
Facts.
on.
Right. Right. That's right. That's right.
I mean, he made a song about it. Papa was a rolling
Rolling.
Mhm.
Dad,
Mhm.
I
Wherever
still
he
see you
laid
in
his
Salsa
hat.
con Fuego. I see you in Salsa trying to bag joints. Like, what we doing, Dad?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Right.
you
Right.
hanging out
Right.
where I'm hanging out.
exactly. So, like,
Basically. Right.
you
Yeah.
can't really tell me nothing. So, I mean, I do know mothers try to school. We all try to teach our children better from
Mhm.
what we were or what we've done.
Yeah.
But the best example is living it.
Living it.
It's
Yep.
always been the best example, and it's hands down is the best way to try to get anything through to the children.
Agreed.
Facts. Yeah.
That's right. Agreed.
Yeah, they say life is the best teacher.
Yeah, but the example is the best teacher as well, because kids really watch what you do, not really so much what you say.
Basically, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Gentlemen, we get to the final part of the show. Now, Dap, we have a part of our show called Damn It Man. It's kind of like similar to Shaqtin' a Fool, where we call out Damn It Man to any player that did any goofy stuff on or off the court. So, you being the guest of honor tonight, do you have a damn it, man, for anybody that you've witnessed, any athlete and in any sport on and off the court?
I
Okay,
love that.
damn it, man. It's gonna be on the court, and it's gonna be Russell Westbrook blowing that damn layup
Oh,
in the overtime game. Damn it, man. Damn it, Russ.
Oh
Damn
my
you.
gosh.
Jesus Christ. And then you file a dude at the three.
Yeah.
Man, damn it. Damn it. Damn it, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Facts. Facts.
Oh my gosh.
Facts. Facts. Word. I was like, whoa, man, Russ. Not
Man.
you, Russ. Not you, Russ. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a
That
good
is a good one.
He's
one.
having a
We got
great season with Denver, but that was such a damn it, man moment.
yeah. Big facts. Big facts, man. Big facts. Who's your damn man, Vlad?
Ja, I'm a roll tide with you, brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when
Okay.
you showed me that video this afternoon, I was like, damn
Yeah.
it, man. How
Damn
you
it.
do that?
Damn it,
Listen,
man.
I'm gonna roll the clip in a second here, but go ahead, Ja.
Damn it. Damn it. Man goes out to Olivia Miles' teammate, Notre Dame. Olivia Miles, talented guard. She's the quirky girl with the fro and the goggles.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of
I
like her.
always liked her.
Yeah, I kind of like her vibe.
I
It's
like
quirky. But I
it's
like the
real old
vibe.
school. Real
Yeah, she's
old
old
school.
school with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Miss Miles done hit her teammate off with such a dime, reminiscent of Jay Will with that behind the back elbow pass to Rafe LaFriends, and he messed up.
Yeah.
Well, it reminded me of that. It wasn't quite like that, but she hit her big with such a dime. She did some fake and then tapped it off to her.
Yeah,
It
yeah. She
was
faked
yeah,
right, went left.
yeah, yeah. She went right, went left, and tapped it off to her, and she blew the layup twice.
Yeah, she
She
caught the
was right
dime in
under
the
the
air.
basket and a simple putback,
All she had to do was catch it with the right and then put it up with the left.
and she
Simple.
sold. Back in the days when you miss a layup, so easy to say, "Oh, you sold." She sold, man. She sold twice,
Twice.
and
She got the rebound.
she got the rebound and put it up, miss it again. And you could see Olivia in the corner hopping mad, like, yo, you did not just mess up that pass. You did not just mess up that dime I gave you. She was hopping like, yo, no, you did not.
Yeah, no. Into the transfer portal she goes.
Yes. That's probably why she went to the she probably went,
Immediately.
that's probably why she went to the portal. Saying, no, I can't play with these chicks.
Exit stage left. Exit stage left.
Yo, don't be surprised if she ends up in South Carolina. Or even actually in USC.
Listen,
Go
I,
play
I
with
like
Juju.
I like it with Juju. I would like it with Juju. That's a good tandem. I would like it with
Yes,
Juju. Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, she definitely could be a Dawn Staley girl too, though.
she can.
Yeah, yeah. But Vlad,
Ja.
that girl was hopping mad on the side, like, no, you did not miss. No.
Yeah, yeah. Listen,
Yeah, so
that
damn it, man, to Olivia Miles' teammate who missed that layup. Oh man.
in the front and listen, in the Sweet 16,
Jesus
yeah, that's
Christ.
career ending for you.
I don't even think that was a Sweet 16 game. I think that was regular season, but
Was
still.
it John, that
Damn it.
either way, John,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna pass you the rock no more.
No, you shouldn't. You don't need to get back. No, you shouldn't.
You're
Listen, we all
done.
play ball. But Dap, you played ball when you was younger?
Yeah, high school. I never played like
Yeah.
college.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Dap, you seen it. We've all seen it. If you hook your man up with a dime and he misses a simple layup under the basket, he ain't getting the ball no more.
No, I wasn't that player. I wasn't that player. And
No, no,
of course
I'm saying
I was a
you
point
seen
guard,
that.
so I've
Yeah, you
seen it.
seen that. Yeah.
I've seen it.
You
But
ain't
my
you
whole
didn't get
thing was you got two of those
yeah.
before you don't get it.
Right.
You got two. I'm not even gonna get mad at the first one.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, all right, don't worry, because
Yeah.
I want to keep them encouraged.
Yeah,
But after
yeah.
the second one,
Yeah.
now I'm like,
You
bro,
ain't-
I'm not even passing it to you.
right. Right. For the rest of the game, it's 4-on-5, right? He
Yeah.
just run it up and down.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, sub, forget that.
Even
Sub.
even if I gotta do it, I pass it and then pray.
It was basically like, yo, sub.
You know what I
Sub.
mean? Oh my
Hey,
God.
yo, get off my court, son.
Right. Yo, I
Get
felt
off my
Olivia.
court.
I totally felt Olivia's pain. I was like, no, she did not.
Yeah, there's certain
He
things you
did
just don't
not.
do, and that's one of them, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially on the street courts.
Nah,
Street
especially on street courts. Yeah,
street punishment is very different.
yeah, very harsh.
Yes.
Gotta have rough skin, and
Yes,
you
yes.
better you better make them putbacks right under the basket. Especially you get a good dime.
Yeah.
If your point guard dimed you and you right there.
You might get a slap to the back of the neck with the words, "Give me mines."
For real, man. For real. So yeah,
I
man.
give him one of these.
Yeah. Right,
I'm gonna do it
right.
again one more time.
Yeah.
But after that, you just get the side eye.
Yeah. Right.
That's
Like, nah,
two.
you ain't getting the
That's
rock
two,
no
bro.
more. You ain't getting the rock no more.
You're
Come
done.
on, man. Come
Yeah,
on,
if you
man.
wanna if you want to run up and down for
Come on,
exercise,
man.
it's fine, but you ain't getting the rock no more.
You're done. You're
As a
done.
Knicks fan, I see it all the time. Mitchell Robinson stay fumbling the ball.
Oof. Although he did go off the other night, though, I gotta say.
No,
A little
no, no.
bit.
Listen, I love Mitch, but sometimes
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah, he got the shakes. He got the shakes.
He be having the shakes. Yeah, he do. He can't even hold it. He definitely got the shakes.
I
Oh
don't know what
man.
happened
Just every
last
once
night.
in a while.
Yeah. Gentlemen, Dap, I thank you for coming on, man.
Yes, sir,
It
Dad.
was good, man.
Anytime,
It's a
fellas.
great show, man. It's a great show. Again, plug your show again, man. Straight from the block.
Straight from the block, all platforms.
Yeah,
STRE 8
yeah.
DABLOCK. Straight from the block. IG, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. We
Yes, sir.
everywhere. All over
Yes,
the
sir.
place and everywhere.
Yeah, dig it.
John, listen, let's do this. Let's do this. If DAP is available, first round of the NBA playoffs.
I mean, it's on. If he's a vet, he might be doing. He's definitely gonna be doing something with his team. So
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
for
know. You
sure,
gotta
for
see what
sure.
the schedule
Well,
looks like.
listen, just give me a time and place.
Yeah.
I can always work something out. Y'all trying to do something live or you trying to do something remote?
All right, pre-recorded.
Okay, pre-recorded, say less. We could do
For
that.
sure.
We could do it. Just hit me up. I can make the time.
Yeah,
All
we can
right,
come
for
on your
sure.
show too.
Yeah. Saturdays and Tuesdays is usually days we record. Saturdays in the morning, Ja, you know this. I've hit you up before.
Yeah,
Saturdays in the morning or Tuesdays in the evening at
yeah.
around 9. Tuesday
Yeah, I
9,
mean, he been trying
Saturday
to get
around
me on the
11
show for a
a.m.
minute. Yeah, so yeah,
Mm.
I owe him a guest spot. I definitely owe him a guest spot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I gotta get
But
him
Oh,
on.
soon, but soon we'll be doing a live location, and when we do that, I'll shout you guys out to see if you guys can make something in person.
All right,
okay.
that sound like a plan.
All right.
Definitely
Yeah,
sound like a
no
plan.
doubt.
Yes, sir. But like I always say, on behalf of the drum major, me, Dap, special guest from straight from the block, my man Chef.
Yes, sir.
Remember, anything you do, make sure you love what you do so you can embrace the grind. WGR Sports, we are gone. Till next time.
Peace.